Hey guys, welcome back. It's been a while since I've posted a video on YouTube. Here I am in Salt Lake City, Utah, and in 5-10 minutes I'm leaving this beautiful place and heading to Arches National Park. I'm gonna stay in Moab. This is also a city in Utah, and I'm really looking forward to enjoy Arches National Park in winter. And what I'm gonna do in Arches National Park, well, it's about exploring it in winter and some hiking, definitely some hiking, and also landscape photography, time lapses, and of course, yes, it's also about astrophotography. And here in Utah, I'm traveling by rental car. All right, it's time to move on, leaving this wonderful hotel where I was staying for a couple of nights. Morning guys, here I am in Moab, Utah, staying in a very classic motel where you have your car right next to your door. And you know, yesterday I arrived in total darkness. I wasn't driving in a rush. I had many stops to enjoy Utah landscapes. Alright, let's go to Arches, let's go to the national park. First, breakfast in Moab Diner. I believe this is a very touristic place, but I should give that a shot, shouldn't I? Okay, so this is Arches National Park Visitor Center, and by the way, today is February 1st, and the majority of trails are open, but there's that Devil's Garden Trail, which is pretty long. It's 7-mile loop, and unfortunately Primitive Loop is closed, so that kind of makes some arches unreachable these days, but thankfully Delicate Arch Trail is opened. Alrighty, so all the trails start from Arches Scenic Drive. There's this school bus, look at it. So I'm heading to the first viewpoint or something, or a trailhead, I don't know. I forgot what it's called actually. I guess it's called Park Avenue or something. There are no arches there, but there are some pillars or spires or something like that. Okay, so starting my first hike here in Arches. Yeah, Park Avenue Trail. So I guess it's 0.7 mile long or so. Yeah, as you can see, there are some monoliths here and there. Well, I can see a parking lot out there, so it looks like that's the end of this trail. And honestly, I thought there is a viewpoint in the middle of this trail, but it looks like it's kind of not. But it looks like the viewpoint at the very beginning was the best one. Yeah, that's the view I was talking about. It's right at the beginning of this trail. My time lapse is running. So actually it's kind of cloudy, but the sky is clearing up a little bit, so I'm still hoping for some astrophotography tonight, but you know, the weather forecast is not promising. It's like 90% cloud coverage, so we'll see. Yeah, there are very few people here in Arches in winter. I don't know, maybe the pandemic also contributes to this sort of solitude. By the way, I forgot to mention that Fury Furnace Trail is also closed because of COVID. Probably that's because it's really narrow and people just cannot keep the social distance there. So there was a 5,000 feet elevation mark recently, and there's some snow here, and this is Balanced Rock. This is the Double Arch trailhead, and actually this is a little bit more congested area. It's ridiculously big. I didn't expect that. I don't know, maybe that's the point where I'm gonna be after sunset, because the Milky Way will be moving right over this arch. Well, the only question is, will be the sky clear or not tonight? So even though it's cloudy, I decided to drive to Devil's Garden trailhead and then hike to Landscape Arch. That's where the Primitive Loop starts, which is closed due to icy conditions. It's 2 hours and 20 minutes before sunset, and I realized that we probably will not have any light today. But you know, I just want to hike to the Landscape Arch this evening, not because of photography, but I'm taking it as a small adventure. So I guess that's where the Arch's Scenic Drive ends, at Devil's Garden Campground. Yeah, this is Devil's Garden Campground, and unfortunately it's closed. I knew about it, and that's why I booked my motel in Moab. If this would be opened, I definitely would bring my tent here and I would sleep here in my tent. Because you know, I'm really missing American camping vibes. By the way, Devil's Garden Campground that is closed is the only campground here in Arches, and it's closed because of water leak. So Landscape Arch round trip is 1.8 miles, and all this Primitive Loop is closed now due to icy conditions. You see Primitive Trail here. You see, almost immediately the trail became kind of snowy or icy. That's why traction devices are recommended. So it's sort of simplified crampons or spikes, whatever. Of course, I don't have those ones. There it is. It's huge. Yeah, that's an interesting story that tells you why the trail under the arch is closed. Actually, there was a trail here until 1991. I mean, the trail right under this arch. But after an accident, when the big slab fell down, that trail was closed. Yeah, that looks absolutely impressive. The sunset is in an hour, and as you can see, there's no light. Tomorrow I'm hiking to Delicate Arch and hoping for more clear skies. It's about 10-15 minutes before sunset, and we're having this nice stripe of light. Because of cloudy skies, night photography is also pointless, but the weather forecast for tomorrow is really promising. Hey, good afternoon. We're having clear skies here in Arches National Park. I'm driving down the Arches Scenic Drive, and I'm heading to Delicate Arch Trailhead.
Your destination is on the right.
I'm having a whole bunch of stuff in this backpack, like some warm clothes, a thermos of hot tea, a bottle of water, some food like a sandwich and some snacks, cameras, a compass, a headlamp, a whistle. Here it is, Delicate Arch Trailhead. And we're having like almost 3 hours before sunset. The Delicate Arch Trail is considered as an easy trail or maybe a moderate trail, and it's 3 miles long round trip. It's absolutely windless day and it's really warm now. I believe it's +10, +12 Celsius. I think I'm about halfway through. Some beautiful clouds are rolling in. Not sure, but maybe that's the mentioned icy section, but in this case it's not so dangerous. Oh man, is that the end of the trail? We'll see in a few seconds. Woohoo! Really? That's it? Alright, Delicate Arch. Thankfully that icy area is not icy at all, even though it's in shade pretty much the whole day, but just ice has melted probably today. Alright, so it's an hour and 45 minutes before sunset and we're having just like, I don't know, 10 persons here. Not crowded at all. Well, more people are coming closer to sunset, but still it's not crowded at all. The sunset is in 30 minutes and I've just set up my camera and the time-lapse is running. I also want to capture Sewell twilight. I guess it lasts 30 minutes, but you know, look at this ridiculous contrast. Absolutely incredible. That's insane. Well, actually it's getting colder and our photography corner is in shade already. So the total time of my time-lapse is about an hour and 10 minutes, and I'm using this Genie Mini 2 panoramic head by SERP just to, you know, to make a motion time-lapse, to add some pan into it. So we're pretty much catching the last light.
Excuse me, can we ask that you come back this way now, please? Would that be okay? That would be really, really awesome.
Yeah, some people are taking pictures under the arch. Yeah, I guess we're having the last light right now. Yeah, that's happening now. Yeah, so twilight started like a minute ago and we're hoping for some pinkish clouds. My time lapse is gonna be running for like 15-20 minutes more. And yeah, we do not have these pink clouds, but anyways, that ridiculous contrast between Golden Arch and Golden Rocks and heavy clouds, it was insane. It was totally worth it to come here. And just, I'm so lucky, so happy to be here tonight. Yeah, that's how the opposite side looks like. Not sure about night photography because we kind of have heavy clouds across all over the sky. Alright, so it's 25 minutes after sunset, and still we're having some sort of glow on these rocks, which is
You know what, guys? 20 minutes ago, this sky started clearing up, and actually, in 20 minutes, astronomical dusk is coming in, and I'm still hoping for night photography. So I'm just having a short break here, charging my camera and my Genie Mini 2, and hoping for some night shots. So it's about 8 p.m. and I'm enjoying Delicate Arch totally on my own. I'm totally alone here because there were a couple of photographers here, but they just left. And I was trying different compositions here, and honestly, I was also trying to eliminate the Delicate Arch with my headlamp. Honestly, my headlamp is not that powerful, so maybe it's even okay. Okay, no nighttime lapse this time, but I hope I've taken a decent night shot of Delicate Arch. And it's 9:15 p.m. I'm having a cup of tea, and in 5 minutes I'm starting my way back to the parking lot. Ooh, spooky. And you know, I should be really careful. By the way, as I mentioned, there were a couple of fellow photographers, but they left, and I was shooting alone, totally alone for some time. And you know, it's so silent, you can hear anything. But meanwhile, I'm starting my way back to the parking lot. You know, when I was shooting a sunset time-lapse, one photographer told me that probably the snowstorm is coming to the area, and maybe that's why the sky is getting really cloudy now. And we actually did not expect that the sky is gonna clear up in half hour after sunset. So I was really lucky to snap a few night pictures of Delicate Arch. Alrighty, I think I'm pretty close to the trailhead.